The state loosening coronavirus restrictions on crowd size.
And it's such a big deal. Not only can the Steelers in Pitt have fans again, but other local businesses are allowed to let more people in. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer leads our Team 11 coverage at 5. She's finding out what the new limits are and why they may not be enough for some businesses.
Come Friday, venues are permitted to welcome back more people for large gatherings and events while ensuring they're wearing their masks and social distancing. But for some organizers here in the Cultural District, they say this change still isn't enough to make a difference. It's news many have been waiting for, the green light to let more people gather for concerts, sports, festivals, and other events.
I am ecstatic.
Come Friday, the state health department says gathering limits will no longer stand at 25 people indoors and 250 for outside gatherings, but rather the limit will be based off of a venue's size. For example, if an indoor venue's maximum occupancy is over 10,000 people, then 10% of that amount, up to 3,750 people, can be there. And even more are allowed for an outdoor venue of that size. Maria Shepard of the North Hills says it's about time.
It's been a long time coming, and Pittsburgh needs to get back on track. We need to get these businesses going.
Channel 11 contacted a variety of venues, the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra telling us it's encouraged by the actions. While the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, however, says the changes aren't enough to allow its venues to financially operate. A statement from the CEO reads in part, this announcement does not affect the Trust's immediate plans. We will continue to look to our state government and health experts for guidance on a safe return to the Cultural District. And I also interviewed a spokesperson with the State Department of Health asking her to respond to that. We'll have that and more information for you in a report coming up at 6. Downtown, I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
All right, Liz, thank you. And come Sunday, the stands inside Heinz Field will finally transform from this to this. Well, maybe not quite like that, a little closer to it maybe. Channel 11 Sports Director Albie Oxenrider joins us live in the studio. Albie, break down the changes for us.
David, 5,500 fans in a stadium that has a capacity of more than 68,000. Doesn't seem like a whole lot. It's a big step, however, in the right direction. A statement from the Steelers read, "We are limited to 7,500 total in the stadium, which includes players, coaches, stadium staff, etc. Based on these limitations, we were only be able to make available for our fans approximately 5,500 seats in the lower seating bowl at Heinz Field. Priority will be given to our season ticket holders who did not opt out this season. Seat selection opportunities will be based on a computer-generated random selection of season ticket holder accounts. Fans who are lucky enough to get a ticket will be required to wear masks, of course, and practice social distancing. Tailgating is also not permitted in stadium lots. It's a long way from normal, but Mike Tomlin said today that he and his players will be happy to be there in front of the fans.
I know that as a football team, we'll be excited if we have an opportunity to perform in front of fans in our home venue. Man, they inspire us, and we look forward to entertaining them.
The Steelers will play their next 2 games at home, but after that, they won't be home again until November 15th. David?
All right, Albie, thanks so much. And today's decision will also have a big impact on high school sports. Crowd sizes will be different depending on the school. What the changes mean for your district, we're putting that together for you tonight at 6 on Channel 11 News. And that leads up to today's poll question. How safe would you feel going to a large event now? You can answer in the WPXI app.
So while stadiums and concert halls can let more people in, there is one group we haven't talked about, restaurants. And we've told you restaurant owners have been pleading for help throughout this pandemic. New at 5, Channel 11's Rick Earl spoke with Governor Tom Wolf's right-hand man about that.
Yeah, the governor's order today does not include restaurants, but with colder temperatures likely limiting outdoor seating soon, the lieutenant governor tells me it's something they're now considering.
I live above Superior Motors. It breaks my heart. It hasn't reopened since March.
Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman says he's sympathetic to restaurants now operating at 50% indoor capacity and some making up the difference with outdoor seating. But colder weather moving in now could reduce or even eliminate outdoor seating. And Fetterman says the governor is now considering expanding indoor capacity.
I do know that it's absolutely on the governor's and Secretary Levine's radar in terms of working out something, given that, as you correctly point out, restaurants have been able to do okay or better with outdoor dining. And as we know, that's going to go away at some point soon. So it absolutely is under consideration.
Indoor dining at restaurants initially shut down due to the pandemic, but then allowed to reopen, first with outdoor dining, then adding indoor capacity at 25%, and now 50%. Fetterman says it's a balancing act.
The governor has always sought a balance between lives and livelihoods, public safety, and just living your life. And I'm sorry some of the people are frustrated, but this pandemic is serious. We've seen what it can do. The most protected man in the world, wasn't immune. So we just want to make sure that we walk that line.
And the lieutenant governor didn't give a timetable, only saying expanding capacity is on the table. Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.